Well, I go by the name J.Kidd. That's my AKA, but my original name is Joshua Jacob Cabrera. I was born in East New York, Brooklyn, Van Sicklen Avenue, between Fulton and Van Sicklen, Jamaica Avenue. I've been doing music since I was about 9 years old, and it's been my passion since then. I looked up to people such as Biggie, Pac, my idol, and people around the neighborhood was spit. And actually, my mentor was DJ PF Cutting, one half of the Blase group. You know, I love where I came from. East New York is where I came from, born and bred. I rap into the definitely Brooklyn all day. And yes, it's hard for a little Puerto Rican coming out of Brooklyn, but you know, it's cool. Lived in a nice old house.
A diamond in the rough that is yet to be discovered by an industry of schmucks, signing artists with no love for all the history and knowledge. That's why I'm still in college, cause the truth is I'ma make it, cause this shit was never promised. Being honest, I'm astonished with the modesty of wannabes that claim to be MCs but can't freestyle a battle, write a piece of music with a story, but they wanna flash a gaudy piece of jewelry in their videos. It's really starting to bore me.
Well, before and after, the original album that was supposed to come out was supposed to be about my love story. As a young man, well, I am now. When I was a little younger, I had some issues with women. I had a girlfriend who I was with for about two to 3 years, and things didn't work out. Pretty much the flow from being in it to being hurt to being okay. And then, for some reason, that transitioned into, instead of love, it transitioned into life. So I kind of converted it from just love into my life, going from the chapters of my life from I was in Brooklyn to where I'm at now. And it covered a lot of the issues and demons that I had from being an only child, to being alone, to being with a woman, to being without a woman, to the things I want, to the things I need, to the things I've been judged on, to the points I've had within my family, issues, and issues within me. And by the end of the album, I pretty much have a song, New Day, which is my first single off the album.
When the sun rises, you'll see the horizon up in the sky. Watch as the tide get higher and higher. What a surprise, a beautiful vibe. Am I the truth or a beautiful lie? Am I the proof that we're proven to thrive? Stoop to the level of abusive, conducive to me losing my...
First and foremost, my right-hand man by the name of Charles Linden. Shout out to him. That's my right-hand man, my best friend since high school. He was my producer, my first producer, and has been my producer till now. We've grown as a duo since then, Troublemakers, and my man Jesse. He's part of the Troublemakers. He did his thing on the album. I worked with Joel Ortiz, who's one half of the one person in the Slaughterhouse group that is done by under Eminem's Shade record label. He's Puerto Rican, I'm Puerto Rican, and I did a song called Daino Shit, which is pretty much a testament to all my Boricuas and Latinos who are not viewed the way they should be in the hip-hop circuit, because in my opinion, we took part in starting what hip-hop is today. And the whole point of that song was to show that Hispanic artists or Hispanic artists should be more recognized because we have skill. Broadway the lyricist, my main man from East New York, he did a track with me called The East, which was an anthem for where I came from, East New York. Me and my man FNL did a track called No Non-Believers, and that song was pretty much talking about people who are coming up in the game who think that young kids like us, what we aspire to be since we're from the hood is drug dealers and thugs and gangbangers, gang members and stuff like that. So when an intellectual, intelligent kid from the hood is seen, he's looked at with a stigma as he's gonna make it, but he's gonna make it on something else. He can't be in hip hop because hip hop is for hardcore cats. He can't be a spitter, he can't be a lyrical artist because of that. And we put that out to say pretty much you can believe what you want, but at the end of the day, the skill is real. So recognize that. My singers, I gotta leave the best for last, but man, I got Naia, who's a new artist that's coming up right now. She's actually in the Hispanic realm, but she's a good friend of mine that we went to high school together. She's an excellent singer. She was on New Day with me. Norman Jr., who's also an excellent singer. He kind of reminds me of John Legend in a sense. He has that very beautiful, deep, melodic voice, and he can put that to across. And my main man, Charles Reddick, he's not only been on two tracks on the album with me, which were Once Upon a Time and No Expectations, but he was on a couple of tracks with me. One of the tracks on my old mixtape, One. The most challenging aspect of the album was I had to keep going back and doing it. Like I had tracks done. Like I said, it was originally planned to be a love album. Then it turned into a life album. So within those two realms, I'm a very lyrical artist, and what happened was I looked at the songs that I had already up to date. And it was supposed to be a mixtape, not an album at first. I converted it into an album once I thought about the life story. But what made it harder was I listened to the album and I just said something's missing. So there's so many tracks that I did that aren't even on the album, and some of them that I did do that I excluded from the album because I said this track is good, but it doesn't go with the flow. This track is good, but it's not as good as the other one that I had that I just did. It sounds better for the album. And then on top of that, I think the main thing, really my difficulty with the album was after listening to Marshall Mathers' LP2, which is by my idol Eminem. He was so lyrical. He was impeccable with every single word. His wordplay was incredible, disgusting, and he had a whole bunch of good tracks on it. And I just listened back to the album that I had thus far, and I said, damn, there's not enough lyrical content on it. Like there's lyrical stuff, but like it just wasn't enough for me. So I felt like I had to go back and do other songs to be a little more lyrical, and then change up verses, take out verses, put in verses to make it a story. Not only make it a story, but make it lyrical and very wordplay and very hip hop.